Hello, and welcome to the first ever Come Play With Me. I'm Kale, and I'm part of the Unemployed Gamers Podcast Network. And today we are going to check out Galaga Legions DX for the Xbox 360 Arcade that actually released today. So let's boot this bad boy up and see what we got. So first thing you're going to notice right off the bat is a couple different options we have on here. Obviously we have Play Game. And it says trial version. That says I just have the trial of it right now. There is a leaderboard setting on here. It's your achievement options, helps and options, and locked full game and exit game. So let's go right in here. So first thing you're going to notice right here off the top is looks like there's about 9 areas in the game. Each area, from what I can tell, consists of about 5 levels apiece, maybe a little bit more. And then you also have tutorial, time attack, and championship mode. So we'll go into here into area 1. And this is going to be the first options that we have. We have difficulty setting, and we have visual type. So what you can actually do on visual type is you can actually choose how the actual aliens or the Galagas actually look when you're actually playing the game. Very similar to Championship Pac-Man Edition DX they released last year, where it has different art styles to it. So we'll go through on here. We'll choose that setting, hit Start Game. And first thing off the bat you're going to notice is this is very different than your traditional Galaga game. It is very similar in vein to, again, Pac-Man Championship Edition, where it is more score-based as opposed to your basic survival of most of these type of games. And a couple gameplay mechanics they're going to have in here is it is a twin-stick shooter, first and foremost. And again, this is mostly about scoring as many points as you possibly can in the shortest amount of time. The other thing, too, is you don't necessarily want to kill all the enemies as fast as possible because you get more points for the longer they're on the screen. That's kind of the big thing about this game. The other mechanic you have in here, too, is you'll notice that some of these enemies, I kill them, one hit, they blow up. That's because they have a bomb attached to them. If I take that bomb out, they automatically die. And all the swarms behind them will automatically die with them. Now, the trick from what I can tell so far is when I do that, that's all fine and dandy, except for I actually get less points by doing that, but it does clear all the enemies out. And one thing you'll notice is I'm only getting 50 points for killing the enemies with the bomb. I get 100 points for actually just shooting the enemies. So it is kind of beneficial to kind of hold off on killing the enemies until the last possible second, so you can't fill any more enemies on screen. So, like right now, I could possibly go for the bomb, but I kind of want to hold off just a tad bit longer, only because the fact that I'm going to lose out on a lot of points in the long run. So, the other mechanic you have here in this game is, as of right now, I'm just kind of holding the right stick and the general direction and shooting in it. If I hit the left bumper button, I can actually go into kind of like a spread shot. And what that's actually good for is if you have a lot of enemies on screen coming from multiple directions, that's going to be beneficial to hit multiple different directions at the same time. Now here's the trick to it though. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but I can kind of spread my shots evenly among the 2 different enemies at the same time, and that kind of helps you get multiple enemies at the same time. So there is some benefit to using it. I prefer just having a normal spread shot so far. Seems like you can rack up the most amount of points just by doing that. The other thing you notice right here too is as I get close to the enemies, there actually is going to be there's actually going to be a slowdown that kind of comes into effect. Very similar again to Pac-Man. So you can't really die. I mean, I guess you could, but that's really not the point of the game. It's mostly about trying to get the most amount of points as you possibly can, the shortest amount of time. And you'll see right there, you hit certain score milestones, and you actually get like points multipliers on top of it. You also get more ships. I think I'm up to like 4 or 5 now. Again, it's one of those things. I really don't need them. And you probably won't need them until you play on the harder difficulty levels. Right now, the trial kind of lets you play on normal and easy. It won't let you play anything higher than that. And then bear in mind, it's only like the first time all the way through that I've actually played this. I only played for a few minutes before I started recording, so it's not going to be the highest scoring run you're ever going to see in this game. So keep that in mind. Here in a little bit, when we get towards the end of the demo, I'll show you one more mechanic they kind of have introduced into the game, and that kind of does change some stuff up quite a bit. So right now, we'll kind of bear with it. The next level we're going to come to of this stage is actually going to be sort of like a boss fight, hence the code red. And what this is actually going to do is it's going to introduce not necessarily bosses per se, but you're going to fight some stronger enemies, and they have a little bit different tactics to fight them. One thing you notice right there is if you kind of blow up the enemies in close proximity to them, it looks like you're getting like a chain bonus, and that is adding a lot more points onto your actual overall score. So you kind of want to try to get the enemies as close as possible to one another, so that way you can actually blow them up and kind of chain all those attacks together. So I'll kind of show you real fast. So again, right there, it's kind of like a chain bonus on it. So this is kind of like the first boss they let you fight. Like I said, it's not really a traditional boss fight per se. Mostly what you're trying to do is trying to attack those 3 cores that are attacking. And we'll try to blow up some of these bombs so we can get some more points. And they give you a generous amount of time, so you kind of want to hold off. You don't necessarily want to attack them right off the bat, because that's how you can kind of save up to get some of the higher points in it. So, last stage right here. This is the last mechanic to kind of have in the game. So, at the very end of this core, there's actually a glowing spear. If I shoot that, they call it like the black hole. So now what I do is now, since I destroyed that, I have all the Galagas with me, and they can all fight at the same time. So, again, this is your normal kind of spread shot, beam attack, and then this is your spread shot on it. So you can see I got considerably more firepower, and that's kind of good, so I can kind of sit there and concentrate on fire and try to rack up some of these combos on here. Boom. So, and we're getting pretty close to the end. We're almost there. And the other next thing I kind of want to point out is they actually released this game at $10, which is a nice change of pace for Xbox Live. I mean, the norm anymore has been getting to around $15, so, you know, we'll take $10 when we get them. Like I said, very similar in vein to Pac-Man Championship Edition DX, where it is more of a score attack mode. Visuals are very pretty on this game. Plays smooth, constant frame rate. For $10, you know, if you're into more of the score attack as opposed to the standard shoot 'em ups, definitely worth the money on that. I'll probably end up picking up the full game probably sometime later on this week. I still have some other games like Trenched that I want to finish on Xbox Live. So we're almost nearing the end. If there's anything, you have any comments or anything on here, let me know. I'm going to try to record a couple more videos. One of the other big ones that came out this week is Half-Minute Heroes, so I'm going to record an episode for that, and I think that does us on the demo. So, let's see what we've got. That is it. So, all right, guys, I just want to say thank you, and have a good one. Bye.